Okay, on this one we're going to be hanging an internal door. This is the original door. It's not a solid door. It's they call it molded door, made out of pulp and MDF. It's got a crack there. It is not a solid door, and as you can see, this part here, it's just falling apart. So I want to remove the door and screw in the hinges. There's only 2 hinges on this. I'm going to be hanging the solid pine door, and that will require 3 hinges. So I've removed the door, the old door. And just give you a view of it inside. I think they call it egg box doors because they're not solid. And this is the replacement door. It's a solid wood door with a glass panel. I'm just going to measure the size of the door. Obviously I've already done my measurements. It's a standard door, 30 by 78. Just measuring the door frame. And just taking the wrapping off. And this door's a perfect fit width-wise, but it's just slightly too big for the door frame, and I've measured it, so I'm going to cut some off the bottom of the door. Get about ½ inch. We want probably about 3mm all the way around. So I've cut the bottom off it, so I'm just going to smoothen it now. The bottom of the door where I've cut it. And then I'm just going to put the door up against the frame just to make sure it fits. You should have probably about 3mm all the way around to allow for movement. Now I'm going to fit the hinge. There's already 2 hinges on this. I'm not going to fit the hinge, I'm going to measure the hinge for the door frame. I've had to speed this part up because it's quite a long process. It's just a matter of cutting out a recess for the hinge. I'm going to have to do this on the door frame and the door. And you see I've managed to cut out a recess for the hinge. Now I'm going to do the same on the door. Obviously there's no cutouts on the door, so I've got to repeat this process 3 times. Just draw around the hinge. And again I'm going to cut out a recess to accommodate the hinge. Only about 3 or 4mm deep, depending on the size of the hinges or thickness of the hinges. As I said, I've had to speed this one up as well. And then I'm just gonna move the hinges to the door first. Obviously your hinges are gonna have to line up with the recesses you've cut out on the door frame itself. That's the hinge fitted. One of them. There's another 3. And now I'm going to fit the lock. I'm going to have to cut out a mortise to accommodate the lock. So I'm going to have to cut out a space for the lock to fit into flushly. I'm going to use a drill for that. I'm not using a standard drill, I'm using a multi-drill. But it cuts straight down and sideways like a router. I'll speed this bit up as well, as it's a bit of a long process. And now I'm going to cut out a small recess for the front of the door catch, just so that the door catch fits flush into the frame. Once again, I'm going to have to speed this section up because it is a bit time consuming. And then I can insert the lock, the Mortise lock or latch. And there it is, nice and flush. And I've obviously cut out a hole for the door handle spindle on the side. Just a matter of putting the screws in this now, it's done. Now I'm going to put the door catch onto the door frame. In some cases you can put this flush, in some cases you also got to cut out a recess. I'll just put this one flush, just obviously cut out the hole, the latch bolt. So I'll mark it out there. I'm going to get my multi-purpose drill again, just cut out a hole for the latch bolt to go into. And then I'll just screw the door catch into the door frame. Here I've just propped the door up just to assist me to hang the door. Just prop something on the door so I can put the top hinge on, just the one screw for the moment. And then I'll obviously pull that chisel out from the bottom and then put one screw in the bottom and in the middle. Now that I've actually hung the door, it's just a matter of fitting the door knob or handle I'm using knobs on this one, as you can see, just 3 screws in the side. You might have to cut the spindle down depending on the size of obviously the spindle and your door, thickness of your door. And that concludes. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.